I am diving into the world of Croc Jibbitz. You know the cute little charms that you put on Croc slippers? They have 1,000 kind of Jibbitz. In fact, I couldn't even get a number on Google. That's how many they have. They have these cutesy kind, and they have these pop culture kind, and some luxury kind, some downright insanely weird kind. They even have profession themed Jibbitz, but they don't have any resin art themed Jibbitz. And I feel like that's unfair and we need some. So in today's video, I am designing and making some resin artist themed Jibbitz. Let's see how this one goes. Okay, so you know me, I like to work smart and not hard. So I thought ChatGPT might be a good place to start with the designing. I'm just asking it to sort of generate images for Jibbitz related to resin art, and let's see what it comes with. I mean, I don't know, it might come up with random stuff, but we're gonna find out. Okay, something is coming up. We have some blurry images. It's looking promising. It's blurry, but I think it gets it. Okay, so we have the design, and obviously we're gonna make some more, but this is a good starting point. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT if it can make SLT files for these, so I can send those to my brother to 3D print for me. I mean, ChatGPT actually understood the assignment. I mean, this is working so well. It's gonna work. We are gonna launch Jibbitz. Okay, it sent me the files. This is gonna work, you guys. I'm gonna call my brother, tell him I have this insane idea, and he has to put up with it. So this is gonna work. We are gonna birth resin art Jibbitz in the world.
The plan failed.
So since the 3D models just gave me through ChatGPT didn't work at all, it was time to hit up Kevin once again. And I sent him the design files she gave me, and as expected, he did a really good job once again. I did some test prints and we were really happy with the results. However, since Jess wanted to pour resin inside these, I thought having a defined edge would make the end result a lot more detailed and better. So I added a pause in my bamboo slicing software at the point where the raised parts begin. And during the pause, I swapped the filament color from white to black and let the rest of the print go out in black. And that's what brought these prints to life, making them way more detailed and defined in the end. Now, once I had these prints in my hand, I'd been thinking of adding magnets to my 3D prints for a long time and experimenting with that, and this seemed like the perfect type of thing to test it out with. So I modified the models, added some extra thickness and layer height to add magnets in, made some measurements, cut some holes in the slicer for the magnets to slot in, added some more pauses in the slicer to add the magnets in at the specific points that they're supposed to go in, and just drop the magnets in, let the prints resume, change the color again at the next pause, and that was it. These are the final results. These came out so good. They look so detailed. Once she pours in the resin and adds some color into all these gaps and cavities, I think they'll really come to life. And I think the magnet idea ended up being even better than the original Jibbitz idea she had. So I'm gonna pack all these up and ship them out to Jess. And hopefully with these, she can bring the rest of her vision to life and they end up looking the way she envisioned them. Also, stay tuned till the end of the video for a little surprise giveaway.
It was time for some playtime with Sky, and he wanted to remind all of you guys to like, comment, sub, or else he'd give you sad puppy eyes. You've been warned. Oh my God. When I first started with this idea, I had no clue that these would turn out so good. My brother has done such a fabulous job. Like, these are looking legit store-bought. I am honestly amazed. And I think I just want to start with the first one, which is going to be the geode one, because I think that might be my favorite, even though they all look so fun. I'm grabbing some UV resin. I'm using Jibbitz Officials, and they are also the sponsor for today's video, so I'm going to link them and the discount codes in the description. But this is the fun part where I actually get to bring these guys to life, and for this geode one, I'm actually doing a little throwback to my very first resin geode that I made when I first started on my resin journey, and it was this blue golden vibe. So I'm keeping it the same vibe, little iridescent sparkle in the middle to kind of mimic some crystals, gold edge, just because, yeah, we're going for that classic vibe. And I'm also bringing out some of these Jibbitz Officials markers. So yeah, I'm just going to add some detail and bring these little guys to life. Next up is the clock, and I have made so many resin clocks, you guys. For this one, I'm just going for like a flowy, mixy vibe. So just blending out a few colors, but these are looking so adorable. Now, I don't really have a plan. I'm just seeing how each one feels and just doing what I will look nice on them. I also have to tell you guys, I was lucky enough to have Tracey from Mini Scenes and Sally from All Aboard Creations to collab with me on this project. Honestly, they're the sweetest to jump on board with my unhinged ideas, especially this one. So I sent them the magnet versions of these that my brother made, and at the end of the video, we get to see what they created, and I'm sure it's going to be so fabulous. So huge thank you to Tracey and Sally for trusting the chaos. For the gold leaf pot, I obviously had to use some gold leaf. It looks super cute. Then we have these ocean waves, I mean classic, and I also made a little dirty pour cup because you guys know how much I love a dirty pour. There has to be a flower resin bloom situation. The amount of detail you put into these is entirely up to you. I'm just rushing through this because I am impatient and I cannot wait to actually turn these into Jibbitz and get them on my new Crocs bag that you will see later in the video. I've got some of these terrazzo ones, got this mica bottle which looks so cute. This little guy is an alcohol ink dropper. We've also got a heat gun, which I feel like could be a heat gun as well as a glue gun, but so cute. And this one is a UV lamp. Again, it's adorable. I have a mixing pot, and this is me mixing resin. It's hilarious. It's so whimsical. I love it. Naturally, we have part A, part B resin bottles because of course we had to have those. This is future me. So if you're watching this on the premiere collab, it's time for a giveaway. First one to answer this question is going to win some of these to make your own charms, Jibbitz, whatever you like. And the question is, what was the color of my first ever geode? The hint was in the video. First one to answer this wins this. All right, so now it's actually time to turn these into Jibbitz. I ordered these little back pieces from Amazon. The ones that I have came in clear and black, but for these, I'm going to use the clear ones because I'm going to use UV resin to secure them to our 3D prints. Luckily, the prints I have a little slight texture, so I can directly get these to have a good bond. But if you obviously had a very slick, smooth surface, maybe a little sanding on the back before you do this would be helpful. So all I do is add a little tiny blob of UV resin, pop the backing on and cure it. After that, just for a little bit extra strength, I'm going to go over with another blob of UV resin on top. You could, I suppose, use glue gun to stick the backs on, but honestly, I feel like resin would make these a lot stronger. And let's be real, I mean, resin kind of feels like the answer to everything in my world.
One eternity later.
Okay, so my bag from Crocs is here and we're ready to put our Jibbitz on, but I may have accidentally ordered a bag for a giant. I mean, how big is that?
It's ginormous!
The packaging was a bit of a giveaway that it's gonna be massive, but why is this the size of a small country? Okay, we're gonna put our Jibbitz on anyway on it and see what they look like. But that's hilarious. I can't even explain the satisfaction I'm feeling right now. I mean, this totally bizarre idea and then finally seeing it to fruition, like to see it come to life, it's the best feeling ever. This project was a complete team effort. Like from ChatGPT generating the template designs, Kevin making the 3D models, and then my brother doing this amazing job to actually print these and even make the magnet versions, and then finally Sally and Tracey who get to play around with the magnet versions. I mean, it's been such a fun collab all the way through, and this is obviously me strutting around this bag like it's fashion week, and I am obsessed. I'm so happy at this point. I feel like Crocs, if you watch this video, which I doubt you will, I feel like these should be a thing. We need these in the world. These are legit and they should definitely be in stores for us to buy. I love these. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you've liked it, don't go anywhere. Go check out Tracey and Sally's video right after this one. You're gonna love it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. If you've enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks you will like these too, so go check them out.